what's going on, guys? So I was just thinking the other day, the 90s was like an awesome decade for movies. We should like do a Screen Junkies episode about that. So we're doing it, like right now. And we have an awesome panel here to talk about this topic. From the new sitcom on Fox, Surviving Jack, which takes place in the 90s, we have Rachael Harris. She plays Joanne Dunleavy. Hi, Rachael.
Hi, Hal.
And then we have one of the co-creators of the show, Patrick Schumacker.
Hello, Hal.
And down on the end, he's not associated with Surviving Jack, but he was here sleeping in the studio since last week, Nick Mundy. Nick, welcome back.
Thank you.
Today, we're gonna talk about 90s movies. Is there one movie for you that you'd say, oh, this is the ultimate 90s movie?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was going to say Jurassic Park is in our pilot.
Mom always knew just how to push Dad's buttons.
They escaped from the island, and both the kids live. You're welcome.
I beg to differ that Jurassic Park is like a great 90s movie. It transcends time, that movie.
I would agree with that.
But Nick, it came out in the 90s, so it's a great 90s movie.
It's just a great movie, okay?
Nick, okay, just don't screw me on this. So a lot of movies here are gonna be great movies. We can't stop and make that clarification every time. Thank you, Nick.
You know what? Okay, so let's
Yes.
move on from Jurassic Park. My favorite movie, pretty much of all time, would have to be Goodfellas.
Some might say Scorsese's best.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh.
Casino also came out in the 90s. Some people have a Casino Goodfellas debate.
I don't think it's a debate.
For me, it's hands down Goodfellas.
Yeah, Goodfellas in a romp. Patrick, is there a movie that we haven't mentioned that really screams 90s to you?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. The sort of seminal moment of that film was, of course, Vanilla Ice up on stage doing the ninja rap. It's like 90s product placement.
Totally.
You stick Vanilla Ice in the scene, you choreograph a fight to the music with the turtles.
The fact that you picked that gives me that much greater respect for Surviving Jack.
9:30, Fox, Thursday nights.
Because before he was borderline.
Nick, what movie typifies the 90s most of all for you?
Demolition Man. This is the most like representative movie of the 90s ever. It has Sylvester Stallone trying. It has Rob Schneider in a funny role. It has Dan Cortez in it. Also, Otho from Beetlejuice was in it.
You kind of look like Otho a little bit.
You.
We threw out some of our favorite 90s films. Now let's break it down a little bit by category. Let's talk comedy.
Wayne's World, 1992. That's my favorite movie of all time.
Isn't Milwaukee an Indian name?
Yes, Pete, it is. Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for the good land.
I was not aware of that.
I had a senior yearbook picture or whatever, and we were allowed to have a quote under it. And my quote was it Kierkegaard or Dick Van Patten who said, "If you label me, you negate me"?
That's awesome.
Nobody got it. But
Hey, Screen Junkie fans, yearbooks are like paper Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, you might not have that anymore. It's like paper Twitter. It's you turn the pages and your friends are in there and you can sign them.
There were a few comedians in the 90s who just had awesome triumphs we haven't talked about yet. Ace Ventura.
Alrighty then.
Oh, yeah, Jim Carrey, that was huge.
That was his decade.
He also had the cable guy,
Dumb and
right?
Dumber?
Yeah,
He had
Dumb and Dumber. The Mask.
Oh.
Sandler. I think the 90s was
Billy
his best
Madison,
decade.
Happy Gilmore. I must have seen that movie like 4 times in the theater.
Yeah.
You want a piece of me? I don't want a piece of you. I want the whole thing.
Never saw it. Never saw Happy Gilmore.
Really?
Yeah.
Or Billy Madison? You're missing out.
3 classics I want to throw out there. 3 absolute classics from the 90s. Pulp Fiction, Shawshank Redemption, Forrest Gump.
2 classics and 1 big pile of horse. Forrest Gump.
Oscar winner.
It's one of the worst movies ever. Hey, let's just make this real good, feel good early claptrap where we put, this person in events of history and he doesn't react to anything. He just does it. And then Jenny is just the worst human being in the world. She just keeps taking advantage of Forrest over and over. She didn't even tell him that she had a son.
I like Forrest Gump. I think it's a great feel-good movie, but I do not like the fact that it beat Pulp Fiction for Best Picture that year.
Beat Pulp Fiction and Shawshank, if memory serves.
Whoa.
I want to say those all 3 were from 94.
You know what? I want to shift gears and talk about one of the 10 best years of the 90s, 1999, but it was actually a great year for movies. Blair Witch, The Matrix, Fight Club, American Beauty. Some might say M. Night Shyamalan's only good movie came out in the 90s, The Sixth Sense.
I see dead people.
Another movie that's ruined by the internet. You couldn't do that today
That's true.
at all.
It would have been ruined in the first 10 seconds.
Absolutely.
But it was ruined for me at the concession stand buying popcorn. Somebody in front of me turned around and was talking to their friend, and they go, "Well, isn't it that he's a ghost in the entire movie?"
That's terrible. That is a...
It made
Screen
me-
Junkie fans, find out who this person is.
And destroy them.
Yeah, ruin their lives.
Oh, Nick, I know you're with me on this. Let's talk 90s action real quick.
Yeah, okay. Well, what's great about the 90s is it probably had the best action movies ever. It had the Lethal Weapon sequels. It had the One Good Die Hard sequel. It brought us Jean-Claude Van Damme.
What do you think of Michael Mann's Heat?
Oh, fantastic movie. First time Al Pacino and Robert De Niro shared screen time.
Guys in rubber masks robbing a bank? I'll take that all day. That's good times. Yes.
Point Break! Point Break!
Yes!
Point Break!
Point Break!
Oh, God, that's such a great movie.
I am an FBI agent.
It's about an ex-college football player teaming up with bank-robbing surfers. That's what's great about the 90s, where you could, you just have, one borderline log line, and then a movie would be made up of it. And it would be still
I feel like now we live in a world where an ex-college football player and a surfer wouldn't even give each other the time of day.
I know. Thanks, Obama.
That has nothing to do with anything, Nick. We could just go on and on. Are there any movies that we missed that you want to talk about?
Yeah, Bottle Rocket. That was amazing for me because it was such a small film, but yet I think the budget was pretty low at that time too, so it was kind of amazing to see that. And then also Boogie Nights, kind of in the same vein.
Yeah, sort of like Paul Thomas Anderson's Goodfellas, I would say. Like the Goodfellas of porn.
Yeah, I love P.T. Anderson. I would do anything. Like if I would love to work with him.
Guys, we've talked about some awesome 90s films, but there's so many. There are so many good movies in that decade. And I know you're mad because we didn't talk about your favorite movie. So here's some awesome films that we did not get to mention. Guys, what's your favorite 90s movie? Leave us an answer in the comments section below. Tell us why. Best answer? You're gonna get a Screen Junkies t-shirt. I wanna thank my awesome panel. We had a great conversation about 90s stuff. Rachael Harris, Patrick Schumacker, Nick Mundy, and don't forget, watch Surviving Jack on Thursdays on Fox, 9:30, 8:30 Central after American Idol. Oh, one more thing. Mother's Day is coming up. Some of you may know that last year, my mom and I watched the movie Human Centipede together. 2 questions. Would you want to see my mom back on an episode watching another weird movie with me? And if yes, what movie would that be? Please let us know in the comments below. I want to thank you for watching Screen Junkies. I'm Hal Rudnick. Hit me up on Twitter. Bye-bye.
This movie's called Transformers: Age of Extinction. It should be called Transformers, Holy shit, we're doing Dinobots. Hope to Christ, it's really good.